When I was a boy, my father taught me how to measure time in intervals on a metronome. The beauty of the metronome and how it measures intervals of time and the space of things is that it actually does tend to work. When you know how to use it properly and let it tick tick slowly into your subconscious, that is. I used to let the metronome lead me to sleep at night when I was a child. That and my father's story about the stars. I can still remember the first time my father explained how the stars came into being. He said that the metronome measured the distance between the stars. My father explained how it worked, but I was only 10 years old at the time and was not paying attention. I was busy crouching outside our house on the driveway, watching my can of Coke I spilled run like a small stream of caramel down into the grass at the edge of the cement. My father walked up to me and said, "Pedro, what are you doing?" "Nada," I answered him, wiping the stream of Coke into the concrete with the sole of my tennis shoe. He looked down at me and then at the wet Coke stain on the concrete. He said, "Como se nada?" and slapped the back of my head. "Don't go wasting food and drink like that, boy. What's wrong with you? Come over here. I want to show you the Nicora in the sky." I followed after him. "Donde? Where is the Nicora in the sky?" "Shh! Come on. It's over this way, Pedro. Be quiet. Your mother is sleeping and will wake up if she hears you and then call you inside and you won't get to see the Nicora in the sky." He picked me up and put me on his neck. "There, see it?" he said, pointing up at a cluster of tiny stars. That was the first time I really looked up at the stars as a child. Sure, I laid sprawled many times with plenty of cousins and friends in the soft, wet summer grass of our front yard and watched the stars blink and flicker in the dark night sky. It always reminded me of the time I got a giant piece of black construction paper and punched tiny holes all over it with a pencil, then held it up against the burning light bulb in my lamp. But it was my dad who made me look at the stars for the first time. I kept saying to him, "Donde? Where's the Nicora? I want to see the little crab in the sky." "Where is it, Daddy?" "There," he pointed at the cluster of stars again, and I looked for it. "Where? Where?" "Mira, over there. There's La Gitana dancing her way across the ebony sky, Pedro," he said, pointing in another direction. "Maybe she'll dance with Orion tonight. What do you think, Pedro? Will she dance with Orion tonight?" Orion, the name stuck in my throat. "What's that?" I asked my father. "A giant, a mighty hunter. See, look there." He pointed again to the stars for me to look at. "See, his 3-star belt, Pete, and look, his shield, sword," my father said, tracing the outline of stars with his finger. My father then turned around with me still on his broad shoulders and said, "Now, let's see if we can find the dark elf riding his cat in the eastern sky. There, Pete, look. See the dark elf riding his green cat in the sky?" I looked to where my father was pointing and saw a cluster of stars. One of the faraway stars blinked green, and I saw the dark elf riding his green cat in the night sky, even though I didn't. And to this day, when I look up into the star-filled night sky, I can still see the dark elf and his green cat when I think of my father.